Hey all, it's Cypher and welcome back to another Outerplane video, and it's been a long time. I'm so sorry for the delay, but here we are. Right, so today is going to be a short video. I'm just going to be teaching you guys how to complete SSS Plus on this boss, right? Before you know it, please complete this as soon as possible. It's only 4 days left. I know it shows 9 days here, but actual event date end is at 16th of August. Only the shop closes at the 22nd, so in reality you only have like 4 days, right? So make sure to complete this event if you're not. Me personally, I have completed everything. It's a pretty super cool event. Completed every single event shop item, and it's time for the event rank challenge, right? Let's first of course take a look at this guy's skills. It's the same monster, by the way. It's the same person you see in the story mode, hard adventure mode. See, it's the same person, it's the same frog. Just I think it's just a reskinned version of the frog that we've seen in the main story stages as well. Alright, anyways, we're not gonna go into the aesthetics of the frog. Let's just go and take a look at his skills, right? The first skill is called Obey. Single target after attacking removes 1 debuff from the caster. This is pretty important because you'll see the role of having a lot of debuffs on him is pretty crucial. So every turn he takes, he's going to remove 1 debuff from himself, right? His second skill, which has a 2-turn cooldown, again a single target damage. Honestly, damage from this guy is negligible, so don't even think it's good, right? If the caster does not have debuffs of attacking, increases his own priority by 35%. Again, you see the importance of having debuffs on him constantly, right? This is going to be his ultimate. See, this is where shit gets real. Because it's an AoE, 100% chance to inflict petrified on the target for 4 turns. 4 turns. And it ignores the target's resilience and immunity, so there's literally 0 way to counter this. You know, if he gets to this skill, it's probably game over, right? It's probably game over. His passive ability, let's take a look at that. If the caster is poisoned, at the end of the turn, increases the duration of debuffs by 1 turn. And this is every single debuff, by the way, on him, so poison is essentially a must. And well, do you know who is a great poisoner? Notia, right? Of course, this event is entirely based to showcase the importance of Notia, so of course Notia is going to be the most optimal hero to use against this boss, right? I'll also go into other options. Do not worry, I have other options as well you can use if you perhaps, you know, by chance did not pull for Notia, you know, were unsuccessful in getting her. There could be any reason, right? His second part reduces weakness gauge damage taken while not under the effect of reduced attack by 40%. So instantly you can see your WG, the weakness gauge reduction, is going to be reduced by 40% if he's not under an attack debuff. So again, poison debuff, attack debuff, both of them are kind of required. Attack debuff not so much, but poison is definitely required, right? So you can see, like, Notia is just going to be the most optimal hero. Again, increase the critical hit chance of ranger enemies by 100% and reduce the speed of mage enemies by 80%. Again, do not take mages at all, guys. Do not take mages. Avoid mages at all costs. Even if it's your Laplace and stuff like that, right? Maybe your main DPS. Just do not take them. They will never get a chance to take a turn. Or, you know, even if they will, they'll be pretty slow. Like, it's going to be useless to bring them. Next up is enrage skill. Honestly, you should not go up to the point where he's going to enrage, because see, the thing is, he's going to definitely enrage once he lands this petrify on you, because 4 turns of not being able to move, he's going to charge up his rage gauge and he's going to enrage, right? So yeah, you gotta avoid that. That's when, you know, probably game is over. Again, his immunities, he's immune to CC, but he's you know, not immune to everything else. So, you know, poisons, attack down, everything else, shock, your other debuffs such as like burns, curses, right? He's not immune to all of that. So there's gonna be a team that I'm potentially gonna use, and I did use, actually I already used it, right? This team works super good. This is also my arena team that I showcased in the previous video. Of course, the main synergy is going to be Valentine's AoE, her third skill, which is then going to lead into Notia using her passive ability here, right? I do have my Notia almost maxed out, at least her first and second skills, which are pretty important, right? Because first skill is a priority push of 20% for all allies, and her second skill is just, you know, pure damage, silence, attack down, poison, just a buttload of good stuff. All right, buttload of good stuff loaded into one skill. Notia is just, no, if you're having a Notia and you're not SSS this event stage, I don't know what you're smoking. I don't know what you're doing, honestly. Notia is literally made for this stage, right? Again, Rin is one of the best DPS in the game, in my opinion. Of course, Noah is also probably the same level as her. Cindy, one of the best attack boosters in the entire game. Look at that, AoE attack boost and accuracy boost. She's also able to increase the chance of debuffs. So I've tried to, maximize my damage while also taking into account the poison and attack debuffs, which are required. And Notia is just gonna single-handedly, clap this guy. That's the summarization of this boss. Again, now for options, apart from Notia, you could also use there's one more hero, there's one more chick, I'm forgetting her name. Let me just quickly check. I think she's an earth one. Lane, there we go, Lane. Again, she is a marksman, she has an advantage, and she has a poison, AoE poison in fact, right? She first does a poison on a single target, then she's gonna inflict poison on all enemies. She also has this decent, attacking skills. Of course, her attack is not gonna be nowhere as high as Notia because she's a 3-star hero, but she's still decent. And she can also increase her own priority push, so she can cycle faster. And I know people have cleared using her, for those of you who do not have Notia. There's also for extra debuffs, you can even use Alice, but I would not recommend it because she does not have the poison as well as the attack down. She only has, different debuffs, right? But yeah, there's that. Apart from Rin, you can of course use Noah. Noah is just a great DPS. She's free to play. You can obtain her from selective summons. And for Valentine, honestly, Valentine's replacement, I don't know what you're gonna replace Valentine with. She's not really necessary to bring in this event, because the boss himself provides 100% critical buff to rangers. So she's really not needed outside of the crit damage buff and to trigger the passive of Notia, right? Because the first passive needs to be triggered. She cannot inflict poisons by herself, at the first turn. Of course, she can do that once she has the burst ability, riled up. Like at 80 burst gauge, her first skill is able to inflict poison. There we go, 2 turns of poison. So then she can, inflict her own passive, trigger herself. That's it, right? So honestly, for Valentine replacement, probably you can just replace it with another DPS, right? Another DPS is going to be much easier for you in terms of DPS check if you're not able to, kill the boss in time. Plus Valentine, Cindy's attack buff is going to be pretty much enough to guarantee that you're going to be doing lots of damage, right? Anyways, let's just take this team into action. I already actually cleared it. Now I have a recorded video that I'm going to be putting out, right? Attaching right now, and yeah, I'll see you later then. Peace. Anyways, let's just go ahead and see if this team is actually working as it's intended to, right? So this is gonna be the final team that I've finally just gone around and prone to using. This because poisons are quite limited. I did not want to build lane just specifically for this event boss. It felt stupid to me. I don't know why, but yeah, like here you see the only problem that I can assume currently is that the thing with Notia's S2 her passive is that I need my Valentine's field ability to actually proc it, right? Because that's the only way I'll ever get a debuff onto this boss. Like you see here, right? Finally she's proccing. She's gonna apply all those nasty debuffs on him. He also has the poisons, so that will help and increase the duration of debuffs on him at the end of the turn, because it says in his passive ability, as we already read, right? And I think this will work pretty fine, because my Rin is just gonna get massive DPS boost. Like she is maxed out. She has crit damage buff, 100% crit rate, attack buff. Only thing that could potentially increase her damage would be a mark debuff, right, on the target. But sadly, I do not have a great marksman build for the mark debuff for my Valentine, just so I can use it. It has an 80% chance of applying a mark debuff. It's a special weapon, right? I do not have it yet, sadly. I do have it, but it's only 5 stars, right? So I'm not going to equip a 5-star weapon. Possibly could, but I did not want to. Now here's a big dilemma. See, I really want to use S1 for Rin because, of course, the additional priority push. It'll just help me cycle between turns faster and stack up my Rin's ultimate ability, just so we can, get innate attack boost as well. I'm just going to compare and see the damage of both S2 and S1. So S2 is going to do 21.4k. It's pretty decent. You can see this guy is removing 1 debuff at a time every time he takes a turn. That's not a really a big issue because we do have a lot of prior push from Notia, from as well as my Rin's, you know, self ability to prior push. I'll probably save my break, my chain skills. I'm not going to use it right now because, you know, the boss is almost going to break by himself just by doing the normal attacks. It's not his turn yet. Here I'm going to try and see the damage from S1 of Rin. It's pretty less. Look at that, only 16.3k. It's pretty less. I expected more. So here I'm going to try to see if I can get one more stack of poison on him. You know, so my Notia can trigger her passive again. Let's hope we get that. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. This should also break the boss. There we go, Cindy. You will now break the boss, and he is down. So pretty easy, honestly. Pretty easy. Here I'm not gonna waste much more time. Let me just see if my Cindy's skills are up. Where do you see it? There we go. No, Cindy's S2 is still not up, so I'm not gonna waste my turn on using Cindy's, you know, Cindy's basic attack because it does 0 damage. Instead, I'm gonna use my chain skill on Cindy's turn. I could use on Valentine's turn, honestly, but I will just take the chance of that, you know, 30% chance of getting a dual attack with Rin for extra damage. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. You see, you have to calculate sometimes, you know, theoretically. Oh, okay, did not calculate it. Never mind. It was up. Holy shit. Bro, what? It showed 1 turn. So does the turns, like, go down when you get a turn? I did not know that. I honestly did not know. That's my bad. Here, I think I do need to get the frenzy straight right. The fierce offensive, because I'm not, I don't think, does it show here? No, right? Yeah, I don't have it at the moment, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my ultimate ability. Plus the boss is in a broken state, does not really matter, right? This skill actually does pretty bad damage. I can say that for sure. I'm gonna use my burst skill of Rin, second skill. There we go. Should do a decent chunk of damage. Look at that, 22k. I'm gonna do one more prior push. There we go. Already at SS, guys. We are already at SS. Let's just use a nasty chain skill. We already have, I believe we're going to be stacking our second chain skill, so we can potentially instantly break the boss back to back. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. See, that's a big synergy when using Watcher heroes. Like, you get extra chain points. Plus, I even use my books on the passives, right? A lot of people do not actually use the books on the passive abilities, or they do not the passive ones, the ones which, you know, have the dual chance and the chain point break. It's pretty massive. Like 1 additional chain point break, it's massive in situations like this. There we go. I think we cleared it, right? It showed SSS. How many turns did it take? Wait, it took 6 minutes? Honestly, I did not expect them to take 6 minutes. Of course, Rin's damage is expected. Look at Notia's damage though. Like, Notia, honestly, I like the fact that they, you know, they try to amplify the role of the hero, the main hero, right? The event hero. I think it's pretty cool. Like the mechanics they come up with just to, you know, showcase the importance of this hero. And look at the rewards, the juicy rewards. There we go. Anyways, hope you guys learned something. Honestly, if you don't have Notia, I already told you guys, Bull Lane. Lane is a great poisoner, and she will pretty much result in the same result. You know, wait, what? Result in the same? I mean, it will just, you know, be the same result. It just probably take some more time, but honestly, it should be the same result, right? Because Lane also does decent. Of course, not as good as Notia. Notia also has a priority push, a lot of more things to do. You know, she's a 3-star. Meanwhile, Lane is a 2-star. But she does decent. She does decent. I've seen people perform, so that could be an F2P way of doing this. Of course, Cindy is F2P. Valentine is honestly pretty F2P. Like, if you don't have Valentine, I don't know, you're seriously lacking something, right? And Rin, you can just replace Rin with Noah. Noah is pretty people friendly. Like, you get it from selective summons. There we go. Right. Hope you guys learned something. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace.